Hello, it's Celestia and welcome to A Crafter's Story. I've started doing these Tip Tuesdays that I'm calling them Tip Tuesdays because I find that there's so often things that I see that it's not worth a complete video, but it is certainly worth I think anyway to share with you guys. And so my Tip Tuesday this week is packaging paper. This is a large piece of paper, so it's going to be slightly difficult to maneuver around until we can I can tell you what it's all about. So anyway, so this came in a package that we received this week, and it was folded already, so I kept the fold where it was along this line, and I worked accordingly. And what I've done really is just taken a A4 or 8.5 by 11 measurement, and I've been able to get 3 of them, but it's double because this is folded in half. So I'm going to try and make a little journal, just a thin little journal, and these are going to be the signature pages. So first thing I need to do, first thing I had to do was to get it nicely clean, a clean fold at the top here, sorry, clean fold at the top there, and then to measure off the 8.5 by 11 sizing, and I'm now going to cut it out. And so my tip really is, it's noisy, sorry. I guess my tip here is to look at packaging, look at it twice, fold it over. You know how they always say turn a penny over twice? Do the same with packaging. Because very often it's craft, it's free craft material for you. You know, I didn't pay any, I paid for what was in the package, of course, but I didn't pay for this paper. This just came with a package. And I can use this to make a journal. And so there's our first signature. I'm going to have to cut it loose there and cut the second one off quickly. So when I started doing these junk journals, it dawned on me pretty quickly how easy it was to spend a lot of money on just all the bits and pieces that you want to use to make your journals look really pretty. And I get that. Oh, I'm cutting this really horribly, aren't I? Alright, let me go back. Let me this bottom page, I think I cut a bit wrong. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Okay, so this one is now loose, so I'm going to have to just, I think, get some clamps out. And just clamp it down so it doesn't move. I should have done that with the second one that I clipped out there. That's all right. More or less. It's just a more or less. I'm going to cut this loose quickly. And yeah, no, I realized how much money you could possibly, you know, just on the glue and the stickers and paper and, you know, all the things that are so tempting to buy, and because everything is so beautiful. And I realized that I could make a lot myself if I just thought outside the box a little bit. And so that is why packaging paper is gold. It really is something that I'm not going to try and cut this because I think I'm going to cut skew. So I'm going to try and just, I think, hold my breath and pray that I can tear this. Yeah, that's fine. That worked nicely. So now we've got those 2 pieces. Phew, this is noisy, you guys. I'm sorry. But we'll be able to start folding in a minute. look what I did. That's okay, because I can always put some lace or some ribbon or some other paper over that spot. Let me pick up. There we go. Alright, so now out of that packaging paper, I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, and I'm going to make, fold it in half. These will become my signatures for the journal. And if I didn't cut exactly square, then it's okay. It's okay. I'll just do something. I'll put some lace over it, or I'll put some ribbon over it, or okay, so this is our first 3-page signature. There we go. And they are definitely not lining up. So it's going to be a true junk journal. Our junk is not lining up, but that's okay. No mess, no fuss. It's all right. Oh, that one's very skew. Let's see if I can at least attempt to make it a little less skew. Yeah, that one's a little skew. So let's see if I can get this one just like that. Now there's quite a bit of that packaging paper left, and I'll be able to use that to make tags and pockets for this journal. So there we go. And what I've decided to do is to take a piece of my watercolor paper, and this, I measured the signature out 8.5 by 11, and this watercolor paper is 9 by 12, so it's 1/2 inch by 1 inch larger than my signatures, which I think is going to be great, because when I use it as, I'm going to use it as the cover, and just make this little journal, just little 6 signature journal out of the packaging paper, and use up all the rest of it to make pockets and tags, and maybe some of it can become collage fodder. And I think to just move things along, I'm going to staple these pages and hopefully get it in the middle. Let's see, how good am I? Not too bad. Not too bad. It was in the middle. In the center, Mr. Fenter. In the middle, Cyril. And then, let me try again. Oh, great. All right. So now, I think I'm going to take a large needle. I have these really nice large needles. This one will do nicely. And I think this will look nice because it's a similar color. Similar. And usually when I go to thread, sew the signatures into the cover, I take about 1.5 measure should be sufficient. Should be enough. Okay. Let's see if I get this on the first try. Oh, I did. All right, now this is always the tricky part for me. Getting these squared up so that they sit in, they're not off, they don't sit like that when you sew them in. They more or less match up, right? And so I think that is easier. Let's see. This is the part of journaling I'm going to be honest with you guys, I still struggle with, and it's just I don't know why, because I'm going to measure it there, and then I'm going to kind of eyeball it to roughly the same on this side. I'm trying to get them to, there we go. So I've got those measured up quite nicely. Now I'm going to come in here, and I probably only need one for this, to my cover, and I'm going to put down the signature more or less where I want it to be inside the cover. I hope I'm not rambling on this video today, you guys. I'm kind of doing this video by the seat of my pants, because it was just something that I saw today, and I thought, oh, I just really want to share this with you. So I usually come in from, I'll have to use, let me make the holes, that'll be easier. Actually, you know what, that is probably what I should have done. I'll get the awl. If I make the holes first, maybe it won't be so difficult. I'm kind of teaching myself here as I go. And then over here, my markers are on the outside, so I'll have to make my hole from the outside. Okay, and I'll do a quick recap when I'm done here, because I feel like I'm kind of rambling a little bit. Here's my marker, my little mark that I made with a pen there. Alright, so that's probably going to make life a lot easier now that I have the holes. And what I want to do is I want to come in from the, what I'm going to have as my outside of my cover, come through and then find that hole there. Then I'm going to go through the other hole that we made and back through the cover, and then I'm going to tie it off. And that is pretty much it. I hope I didn't make this too short. I think the next one I'm going to make a little bit longer, otherwise it's going to be a little bit difficult to tie. Okay, and then I'm just going to, this is waxed thread, you guys, that I prefer using waxed thread. It's just, it grips better once the knot is made, and it's not likely to come undone. So if you can get your hands on some waxed thread, that is definitely going to be ideal. Alright, so there's our first signatures in, and this is a little unusual, but I'm going to go through the same hole on the cover. That's not something I know I think people have done. I think folks have probably gone and done 2 holes in their cover, and it's one for every signature. I decided to throw the rules out the window today and just go through the same holes. So I think I'm going to be able to do that. So we're coming again from the inside, from the outside of the cover, and I'm going to find this little hole that I made earlier, and then through the little hole that we made earlier, and then let's make sure, I just want to make sure I've got enough, yeah, and then through that same hole of the cover. Alright, so I've given myself a little extra string this time, and I'm going to tie it off. And we are close to being done with at least just the assembly part of this journal. Oh, this is always so tricky. There you go. Alright, so let me take both of them now and tie all 4 of them together just for a little extra security, and then I'll cut it a little shorter. There we go. there we go. We made a oh, look, you see what I said? It was going to go all skew. I wonder if I can pull it up a bit. Yes, I can. Just a little bit. I think I'm probably going to tear it if I go too much. All right. So there you go, you guys. The journal with one sheet of the packaging paper, one sheet of the watercolor paper, and I have a little mini journal that I can now come in and just play with. These pages are very rough, they're crinkled, they're awesome. I love it. It's definitely not completely the same size, and I'm not going to stress over that. And if it looks like it's a little loose, I can come in here with some glue, which I probably will, or some washi tape. Would look nice if I had to put some washi tape down the middle here just to kind of hold it in place. So there you go, and I've got all of that left that I can go and play with. So that's my Tip Tuesday. Look at packaging paper a little differently, and you could possibly walk away with a blank canvas that you can go and play with later on. All right, you guys, well, I will work on this in upcoming videos, and we can you'll see how I transform this into just a blank canvas, from a blank canvas, sorry, into something beautiful. I think it'll be beautiful. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for visiting with me. Bye-bye.